have a legend introduced by a legend. Off you go.
She's the Grammy Award-winning, multi-platinum selling country music idol who showed Taylor Swift how it's done. She's back next May for her first UK gig in 6 years, and tickets go on sale this morning. They say sometimes there's no rhyme nor reason, but there's always every reason for LeAnn Rimes.
Yeah! Oh, that was good. That was good.
How are you?
I'm well.
It's such an honour to meet you.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you. It's so good to see you.
Oh gosh, it's the best. You're the best. You're one of the best ever.
Thank you.
And you've been at it since you were like 5-6 years old.
Yeah.
Still, and you're still going strong. And there's this big gig. It's a one-off, all the more special because the fact it's one night.
Yeah, it's one night only at the O2 on May 8th. I'm so excited. It's our biggest show we've played here yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
LeAnn Rimes live at London's O2 Arena, leannrimes.com. Tickets go on sale today at 10 o'clock, and they sell out at 1 minute past 10, which is great.
Amazing.
Isn't it? That's what's going to happen there. And you've chosen Motorhead Day.
What's Motorhead
The
Day?
8th of May. The 8th of May!
Oh.
The 8th of May! The 8th of May!
Perfect.
Yes, of course it is.
We have to do some Motorhead then.
Yeah, if you've got some Motorhead, do you love a bit of Motorhead?
I don't really know much Motorhead.
Well, you know that one now.
Yeah, now I do. Now I'm going to have to look
Have
that
it
up.
on me, baby.
We're going to open the show with the 8th of May.
Tell us about your musical taste. We'll talk about everything, and we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I know you're on this morning, aren't you?
Yes,
on,
I am.
On TV.
I will
By the way,
be.
so you'll get to see the killer
The jumpsuit.
We used to have Jumpsuit Friday on the show.
Oh, you did?
We always used to wear jumpsuits.
It's my favorite thing. If I can put something on and just slip it on, I'm so happy.
But there's a thing about being all joined up, isn't there? It's like a second skin.
It is like a second skin.
Something's going on there.
It's good.
You feel constricted and liberated.
All
It's
at the
really
same
weird,
time.
isn't it?
It is.
It's a conflict that you enjoy. Anyway, so other kinds of music. So not heavy metal.
No, I do love heavy. I do love some heavy metal.
Right.
But I love Metallica. Who doesn't love Metallica, right? Disturbed. I can listen to some Disturbed, which is pretty hard.
Yeah.
I listen to everything. Like I listen to everything from Florence and the Machine to David Gray to Ray LaMontagne to like Prince to I'm all over the board.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love those names you just mentioned there.
Yeah,
That's
everybody.
pretty good. Off the top of your head, that was
I know,
quite
those
good,
are,
I gotta say.
Those are my go-tos lately.
Florence and the Machine, David Gray.
Yeah,
White
David
Ladder.
is amazing.
He's amazing.
He's
He
so
comes in
sweet.
here and he's so... it's not false modesty. It's almost he's almost embarrassed to be as good as he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's really annoying.
He's very unassuming.
He's too unassuming.
He is. It's all an act. Trust me. Biggest ego ever. No, I'm just kidding. He's a dear friend. I love him to death.
All right, so you are where you are in your life, which means you've got a great back catalogue to pick from for this one-off show. You're going to come and tear it up. Once again, LeAnn Rimes, London's O2 Arena, Wednesday, 8th of May, Motorhead Day. It's not difficult to remember. You know Star Wars Day, don't you?
Yes, May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
There we go.
May's pretty good for these hot kind of novelty dates. Must come up with another one. So I know. Have you done this show before? Are you doing a flavour of this show now? Have you?
Yeah, we've been touring the Story So Far tour in the States,
Right.
and so we're bringing it over here in May. And yeah, we have 30 years of music to dig
Why
from.
are you frowning?
I mean, it's insane. Like I'm only 41, so like just the math like doesn't equate. You know, it doesn't add up. But 30 years of music. We're of course all the hits. I can't wait. I know people are gonna the wall of sound coming back at me with Coyote Ugly is gonna be insane.
Oh my gosh.
People are obsessed over here with that music.
And you were
so.
you didn't star in Coyote Ugly, but you were
I was
invited
in it at
to
the end,
play
yeah.
on set, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. They had filmed the whole movie, and about 2.5 months after wrapping, after I'd finished the soundtrack, they were like, we have to write this into the film. So we came back and filmed the insane.
By the way, it's incredible to believe, but some people haven't seen the movie Coyote Ugly.
I mean, you must.
They don't even know what we're talking
You
about. I think
must.
it's like some kind of garage band. It's one of the. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Oh,
I
why?
haven't.
You need to go watch it.
It's amazing. That film is amazing.
It is. It's great.
It's so life affirming. It has a twist at the end, but it's. I don't know. It's the most joyous twist of all time.
It is.
Isn't
It's a good flick.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's a great flick. It's a great flick. So have you mixed it up? Because Madonna, she's doing her thing, and obviously I saw Madonna back. Not obviously, but I was very lucky to see Madonna many times back in the day, in front of no one and then everyone. And then I worked with her a couple of times. And so people said, "Are you going to go and see her on this tour?" And I said, "Well, not really, because I've sort of, I was there." And people said, "No, she's never done this before because she's never had all this to do before."
Oh, yeah.
And your journey is, like you say, 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, what a fun meeting that was. Well, what songs should we do? Which songs should we leave out?
It is. And we've been doing this in the States too, kind of. We have a set list, but every show's a little bit different because we ask the fans what they want to hear. So people come at me with their stories and why they want to hear things, which I love hearing their stories of how my music has been a part of their life in some way. And so, the show's a little different every night. So I'm sure we will be on socials asking people what they want to hear. So they'll help us out with the set list a bit.
I'm gonna play a little bit of this, if you don't mind, for people who think they know you and know they love you, but may not know the opening chapter of how amazing LeAnn Rimes has always been. Okay, how old is LeAnn there?
20?
13.
Yeah, I was actually 11.
11. Sorry.
No, it's funny. I was 11 when I recorded
my bet's
that.
at 13.
No, I was 11 when I recorded that. It came out when I was 13, and my record label had me go in and re-record it, and they wanted to put out like the 13-year-old version. Well, they screwed up, and they actually put out the 11-year-old version. So that's me at 11.
To be able to do that with your voice at such a tender age, physically, anatomically, how on earth were your vocal cords so developed that they could do that then?
Because I had been singing since I came out. I mean,
so did I, to be honest, LeAnn, but at the age of 11, I couldn't pull a yodel off like that.
No,
that's for sure.
and I had just learned how to yodel around that time. I used to sing at this place called the Mesquite Opry in Texas, and the lady there that owned it knew how to. She was this world-class yodeler, and she taught me how to yodel on the back of a float on a parade in like 20 minutes. And I got up and sang this song called Cowboy Sweetheart. And then when my dad got this demo in of Blue, it was awful. And he threw it away. I dug it out of the trash can. And he came home like 2 hours later, and I had put that yodel thing in it. I just fearless as a child. Like, look, Dad, I made the song cool.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's not about bravery, it's about fearlessness.
It is, totally.
Bravery is contemplated. Fearlessness is just natural. It's just your true nature, as it were. Hank Williams, of course, king of the yodeling.
Oh, amazing, yeah.
There's a great film, Hank Williams film, isn't there? And where the actor had to learn to yodel and carried it off with aplomb. And then, over the years, the style evolved. And I know we joked about Taylor Swift earlier on, but looking at Taylor now, do you is there a lot of empathy? Probably the wrong word,
Well, I understand that path. She used to come to my shows when she was like really little. And which is crazy. She's not much younger than I am, but obviously I've influenced her music. I've been around for so long. But she used to come and hold up signs like "I love you, LeAnn," and crazy to see what she's done. It's amazing.
She's not that much younger than you now, but of course, the younger you are, the bigger percentage-wise that
of course,
age gap is.
Yeah.
So she was once half your age, I would imagine. That's when she was watching you. And have you ever come close to working with her? Because that'd be
I would love to work with her. I think that would be incredible. We've never talked about that, but I'm sure we could make that happen.
Can you imagine if you wandered into the middle of one of her shows and she did the same? I love it when that happens.
Yeah, that's always
you?
fun. I've worked with so many incredible artists.
Give us a couple of those moments, a couple of collaboration moments on stage that the audience maybe weren't expecting.
Well, I don't know if I've done a lot of those, but I did go on with David at a show he did in Arizona, and then we ended up doing the song we did as actually a duet and recorded it. I've recorded with Elton John and Stevie Nicks, and Stevie's amazing. Just the
They're
kindest.
All amazing, aren't they?
They really
you
are.
You are amazing.
I've never.
You're one of that gang.
Oh, thank you. No, they always say like, don't meet your idols because you'll be disappointed. And everybody I've ever met has just so kind.
Well, it also depends. I think there's a lot of projection in that statement because it depends who your idols are. You may just have terrible taste.
That's very true.
Do you know what I mean? You just may choose people who absolutely suck.
Right? That is true.
But in my experience, as I've I'm guessing in yours, the bigger they are, the better they are.
Yeah, well, it's funny because
Usually.
you can hear, like horror stories about people. And I always, it's like, don't believe everything you hear. And people might have an off day, but I've always had great experiences with everybody I've worked with.
Take as you find, man. Take as you find.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm so excited. I really want to come to this.
You're going to. You must.
Am I going to come?
You must.
I would love to come. What day is it? The 8th of May? Oh, it's
Wednesday.
Oh, it's perfect. We can do that.
Can we keep you out late?
Well, as long as we smash the first 3 shows of that week, we can do. Yeah, we can. We're never going to phone a show in. You know what it's like.
At least at least come for the first 4 or 5 songs, and you can check out. It's all good.
How is that going to happen?
I mean,
you can't.
I'm just giving you an out. I'm giving you an out.
Yeah, I could come for the last 4 or 5 songs, but you're not going to come for the first 4 or 5 and then leave.
You're right. I've got to get up.
I'm getting old, but I'm not that old.
I was just giving you an excuse. So,
as a kid, could you ever believe that when your parents left before the match was over or the gig was over? You think, well, hang on a minute. You go, no, we've got to get out. You don't understand. Traffic's a nightmare. You go, we're in the back seat. It's always a nightmare. It's so boring. We can't even see out the windows. Shut up, Mum and Dad. Let's stay. Your husband may well be the most attractive man I've ever seen.
He really is. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The older he gets, the more handsome he gets.
And he's an actor, and he's not been acting, but the strike was called off at 8:01 yesterday morning here in the UK.
Thank God, we are so excited about that.
So what is he chomping at the bit?
He's ready. He's been
back today?
Yeah, I was saying he's been breaking things at home just so he can fix them. He's super handy, and he just everything around our house is now that needed fixed is now fixed.
That sounds like
he needs to get back to work.
That sounds like such a country lyric.
Right.
He's been breaking things at home just so he can fix
including
them.
my heart.
Yeah. Oh, let's not go there.
No.
The ebbs and the flows of a career, who knows, how's it been? Highs and lows. Let's go for peak. Let's go for three tentpole peaks, and they've got to be equidistant apart-ish.
Oh my God,
So
I don't even know.
First tipping point was?
First tipping point. Well, Blue was definitely the first tipping
What
point.
about winning your first
my first Grammy
talent competition?
Oh, that was when I was 5.
Yeah, 5.
I mean, I guess that was a tipping point.
Yeah, but it's funny we go for the big ones.
No, yeah. I mean, I won this massive trophy that was 3 times the size of me,
Cool.
and my dad watched me perform, and then he went hunting because he used to hunt all the time. Because he's like, I was 5 years old, and there was no one in my 5 and under category, so they stuck me in the 6 to 12-year-old category. So he thought, you're not winning. I won the whole competition. So when he got home, he looked at me and he was like, is this what you want to do? And of course, at 5, I'm like, sure. I guess I knew. I loved it.
All right. So Grammy versus that day.
Yeah, Grammy. I mean, same thing, same feeling. No, I'm sure it was in some way.
Okay. And then Blue, which was massive.
Blue was massive, and then I think, there's been so many. How Do I Live was so huge. Can't Fight the Moonlight. I mean, definitely Coyote Ugly was on its own. Yeah. Took its own little path and trajectory.
And there's something, isn't there, about country and western fans, the country and western world, that it's just more foundational. There's a lot of love there. There's a lot of respect. If you are able to serve up not what they need, what they want necessarily, but what is worthy of them, because they're there forever, aren't they, country and western fans?
Yeah, I mean, what was so interesting about Blue at the time is there was such an older sound in the 90s when everything was super pop oriented, and it was just so unique. I think people were really they just loved the fact that there was a classic country sound, and I miss that. I would love to do another real country record, because I feel like classic country music is a lost art.
So come on.
I will.
You're down?
It'll happen.
Are you writing?
I have collected ideas.
Have you given yourself permission to country it right up? Because that's the thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know, so many people look at me and go, I've said I want to make a real country record, and they're like, it won't get played on radio. I'm like, okay.
I don't care.
I don't care. I love the sound. Nobody's doing it. I did it back in the 90s, then I'd do it again.
And what about when country gets big? Because your country songs, they're big country, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I have so many great fans, across the board. My fans are so diverse. And that's what makes my shows so much fun, is everybody that comes is from a different walk of life, and it's they all come together and work in some beautiful way. Yeah.
You can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl. We're talking Mississippi, the peripatetic childhood, Mississippi, Austin, Texas, where it gets very dry and throated and a little bit more relaxed, and
Yes.
one can release oneself a little bit. We talked to Matthew McConaughey about voices and accents.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He said, imagine where you are, imagine how it's making your throat feel, and you've got a half a chance to come out of the accent.
Interesting.
Do you like that?
I like that.
But now you're Los Angeles. You're a Los Angelino.
I am. I've been there for
and
a
you
while.
have land.
I do. I have land. It's green where we live.
Can I inquire as to how many acres? Not from a grandiose point of view, but
No. I mean,
land is everything.
I mean, yeah, but it's not a lot of land. We have like an acre and a half, but
That's
it's
enough.
like a big piece of property for LA.
No, but for
Perfect.
me, I've been fortunate enough to have. I once bought a farm. I lived on a farm. I did a farm thing for 5 years. I said goodbye to all this. I thought forever, but I was just in denial. And I bought some sand to bury my head in, but just lots of it,
Yeah.
And then I discovered that if you buy some land, it's your responsibility. You have to look after it.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas if you buy a bit of land, an acre and a half perhaps, overlooking somebody else's many thousand of acres, they've got to look.
They've got to.
It looks like yours.
Yeah,
Yeah?
true. No, we live in this community that's like a horse community, and so like every property is like an acre and a half, 2 acres, and it's like for LA, like that's a big piece of property because usually everything's side by side.
There's a lovely road called Old Ranch Road, which is like that in Los
love that.
Angeles, and
Yeah.
it is like every house is like a mini ranch.
Yeah.
but without the hassle.
Yeah, exactly.
More horses than cars?
Exactly. More
Poo than petrol.
No, but there's definitely poo out on the street all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I love. I mean, it's nice and quaint.
We were talking about New York earlier this week because there was a New York Marathon last weekend.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that 100 odd years ago, there were 300,000 horses in New York City,
Oh wow.
which meant there were 20,000 tons of manure
Ooh.
every something or other. It was more than every year. And it was so smelly that sailors could smell New York from 6 miles away.
Oh my gosh,
Now,
that's crazy.
I know you love horses, but you can have too many for a while.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
LeAnn, what else should we say to your fans that are listening now around the world? What do you want to say? What do you want to get out there to your UK fans? But also, this will be seen on YouTube. It's going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to your fans?
I love you. And actually, we have such a little gift today for people. God's Work, which is my latest album, we did a resurrected version today, which has a couple songs that we have resurrected, new versions. There's a song called Innocent that is with this beautiful orchid quartet, so beautiful strings. And then I did a song called Imagine with Love that we resurrected with 3 gay men's choirs from Sydney, New York, and San Francisco. And it's like this beautiful wall of sound. So go check it out wherever you can stream music. Little gift to you today.
I love that.
Yeah.
The resurrection. It's more Easter than Christmas.
It is a
but
bit, yes.
I know you love Christmas as well. You're Christmasing up
I
when you go
am.
home, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Christmasing. I have a holiday tour in the States when I go home.
Yeah.
So I'm all about it.
You love the Christmas jam.
I do.
So
So
do I.
fun.
I also love a gay man's choir.
Yes.
Do you know
absolutely.
what? There's a gay man's choir here in London called the London Gay Man's Choir.
Yes.
And they once came into this show,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're the only group of people who have left the studio tidier than they found it.
Gotta love them for
You've
that.
got to love the Gay Man's
You
Choir.
really do.
So organised.
I love it.
Oh, LeAnn, I can't believe you're here. Honestly, I'm so grateful that
Thank
you came
you.
in. When they said, do you fancy LeAnn Rimes? I said, yes,
Yay.
absolutely, we do.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Thanks
good
for having
good
me.
for you. Good for you and your gang and your hubby and your
Thank you.
life and your songs. And I can't wait for this new country music album to come out because there are periods in our life, aren't there, where we do give ourselves permission to go back to our true nature.
Oh, absolutely.
When we remember that we have one because it's so easy to forget.
Yeah. I mean, I just love doing unexpected things. Ever since I was a kid, if someone wanted to put me in a box, which they did many times, I was like, I'm going to go the opposite direction.
Yeah,
it
you
was
used to
my
do that.
rebellious
Yeah.
streak. And it's kind of nice to always do something a little different every time. So
All right. Well, tens of millions of albums in. All the gratitude.
thank you. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thank you all. I look forward to seeing you in May.
All right.
I can't wait.
And not only I, but the girls that work on the show, they want to know where'd you get your jumpsuit from?
Rivet. I think it's called Rivet. Rivet Utility, I think is what it's called.
Rivet.
Rivet Utility. Rivet. Rivet. Yes. Just remember that. That'll help you remember it.
All right, if you want to see this amazing jumpsuit and this amazing lady bursting out of your TV screens this morning, ITV, she's on this morning from 10:30. You're awesome. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Happy Christmas.
Yes,
See you on
you
Motorhead
too.
Day. Don't forget, a little bit of Motorhead in there wouldn't go amiss. By the way, I dare you.
I might just like put a line in just for
Yeah.
you, but you better show up.
The 8th of May. The 8th of May. LeAnn Rimes, everyone. Lee.
Bye, guys. Cheers. Thank you.
All right. Woo!